Okay, happy new month of February to everybody. It's a pleasure having you here. Welcome back to CSC Forex. And of course, if you are coming in for the first time, do hit the subscribe button and of course turn on the notification bell. We will be talking about the majors and gold and also other instruments with respect to how to trade them, how to make money from them at the end of the day. So yesterday was the last day of January 31st, and then of course we're expecting a pretty quiet day as the data from the economic calendar too was pretty light, but then there was heavy profit taking, right? And then the greenback, that is the USD index, on the monthly time frame is looking like a spinning top, right? Today we have some key data coming out, so you need to be careful as this is the first day of a new month, February. Just also know that the NFP, the non-farm payroll, is around the corner. So later today we have the likes of the GDP for Canadian dollars as coming out about 2:30 p.m. West African time, which equates to 1:30 p.m. UK time. And then we have the manufacturing PMI and job openings also for USD by 4 p.m. And then also we have the unemployment rate for Kiwi, the New Zealand dollars, by 10:45 p.m. West African time. Now expect some good volatility to be introduced into the market at this periods of time. So if you are not aware, you should be aware now so that you don't have unnecessary losses. I repeat, so that you don't have unnecessary losses. Now, based on what we have looked at now, first of all, as your trading process, before you place any trade, it's always good to check on what is happening with respect to the economic calendar. What do we have coming out later today? And this will obviously give us a heads up as to what to look out for in the market for that particular day, right? And of course, we should be aware also that there has still been tensions, right, with respect to Russia and Ukraine. And Joe Biden, the president of the United States, has stated that if Russia should choose to attack, then they would face swift and severe consequences. It seems Russia seems to be adding more troops to the border. And of course, that could only mean one thing, that they might be ready to attack, right? So quickly looking at the chart that we have, as this is also more or less a weekly market outlook. And then if you look at what we have here, first of all, this is the Euro USD, and the Euro USD for a while now has been, dropping and dropping thanks to the USD being very strong. So now we have this area here, which hopefully should act. It hasn't touched it quite all right, but this should hopefully act as a form of resistance. And if it doesn't, we could see it blow past it and then come back and retest and now act as support to push higher, right? So we need to pay attention to the data coming out later today, the manufacturing PMI and the job openings, as this market could be volatile today for the Euro USD. So have that in mind. And of course, as we are flipping through the majors and gold, you need to also see and pay attention. You will notice that all of them seem to be moving in the same manner. This is the cable, the GBP USD. And you'd also notice that we've had this strong down move. As we've had a strong down move, look at where the price is now. Price is now currently at an area of resistance, but it hasn't given us any strong conviction that it wants to drop. It hasn't given us any strong conviction that it wants to retrace, as it has gotten to this area of former support, and now here is an area of resistance. Normally, we would like to have like a nice strong bearish engulfing or a nice strong bearish pin bar or hammer, but then so far so good. The market has been a bit quiet here, and then we'll probably wait for London open to see what we might get over here. So keep an eye on this. It's at a good area of interest, but don't rush to jump in. Wait for good price action in the form of candlesticks for you to pull the trigger, and then you have your stop loss at the other side of the area of interest, right? And this is the cable. And then flipping quickly, we have the Aussie, right? You can see the Aussie has reacted to this area here with this big move down, and they had their news come out not too long ago, right? And of course it reacted according to what the news was. And then Kiwi as well in the key area of interest. Remember we said something not too long ago that if you notice, all of them seem to be moving aligned, and that means obviously, as you can see, it's moving downwards. It's now trending nicely. There was a time around that October, November, December period where it was ranging heavily, but now the market seems to have cleared up a bit more. One thing I must also say is that we really don't have any directional bias according to my analysis. We really don't have any directional bias for this year. So far, so good. For January on the dollar index, it ended as a monthly spinning top, and you can check. And of course, even the Euro USD ended as the monthly spinning top, right? So we still need some more information to have a better understanding, directional bias at ease, or what the market wants to do, right? So this here is the dollar Swizzle. Here should act as a form of now support, and you can see no price action to pull the trigger. Whenever price gets to a particular area, don't rush to jump in. Let's give you more information. Let's give you some patterns, chart patterns, price patterns that you would use to pull the trigger. Very important, right? You can see, like as an example, good. This is a good example I'm going to show you here. This is the dollar yen, and you can see this here is a good area of interest that price has gotten to, right? When you're placing trades, you need to be very, very picky. Here acted as resistance, and then it came back here, and you can see we had this little reaction as support. But this candle in question is indeed a hammer, but it is not looking like a healthy hammer. It's looking like a rather small hammer, and that's why we didn't have a strong move to the upside. But now that it has come back to this area, let's see whether we'll have another hammer here, right? Or it might break out. And if it breaks out in this manner, if it breaks out properly, it might now use this to act as a form of what? As a form of now resistance. So this means it will now be a flip zone where we have resistance here before, now support, and then maybe act as resistance again. It's all about waiting for the market to act, and then you will simply react to the market. The same thing, no brainer. You can see this area here seems to be acting as a form of support here. We had resistance, and some little mess up here, but still acted. It still respected the area as it pushed higher. And then finally, gold, right? You can see gold. Last week we had a big drop on gold, and the big drop on gold was about 650 plus pips thereabouts, if I'm not mistaken. We had a big drop on gold, and you can see we had about 650, close to about 1700 pips, 700 pips rather, drop on gold. But then if you look at what we have over here, we have this little area here of interest, and it seems to be reacting there. And then if it breaks out to the upside, this could be another area of interest to pay attention to. What we do first of all is to map out our charts. We map out our charts, and then we wait for price to align accordingly and give us the right price action to pull the trigger. So I'm going to leave it as it is now. And if this video was helpful in helping you to understand how the price moves, what to look out when price gets to the area of interest, and then of course pulling the trigger using the price action candlesticks. You can also use chart patterns as well to pull the trigger. Well, if this video of course has been helpful, you know what to do. Give it a like. Yes, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. And I'm going to be doing something periodically, weekends that is. We're going to be having scheduled trainings for weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We're going to be having free trainings. So look out for the link in the description section, and you can as well join us to learn how to trade the proper way. We will be covering everything you need to know about the strategy that has to do with market analysis, being able to analyze the market from the fundamentals and also based on the technicals as well, and then how to calculate your risk management, and of course your trading psychology. Psychology is very, very important, as a lot of traders normally have issues with their emotions that easily affects their trading. So thank you guys, it has indeed been a pleasure. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and of course don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Thank you, and see you at another time. Goodbye and God bless for now. Cheers.